The Uganda Wildlife Education Center at the zoo. But as of now, let's get back to the airport. As I wind up here, we'll get back to the airport to talk to the team and how they've been able to execute their duties. Onyango.
Well, thank you. It is still a good morning from us this way at Entebbe International Airport. We are winding up this live update from the VVIP section. I'm now joined by one or two of the colleagues we have been with here at the Entebbe International Airport during the 10 days we have operated from this side. And one is Jethro Kasaiji, then there is Mark Wadulo here. Let me just straightforward go to Jethro Kasaiji. Kindly share with us your last experiences of the 10 days you have been here. What have you seen? What are you taking home back? Where probably you will even share this story with your great-grandchildren.
Well, thank you so much, Robert. Now to our viewer who is watching UBC TV, the program GMU, I really appreciate for keeping it UBC from all the way we started until today that probably we are finishing with the last events of the summits. However, you asked about my experience. I must acknowledge and appreciate the government of Uganda because hosting over 20 heads of states. Right. Now, remember, we had a few heads of states from different countries. However, in their countries, they are called probably executive prime ministers, but at the level of the president. Now, we had over 20 of those, and all those have been in Uganda. Hosting such people is not an easy thing.
Yes.
Because when you look at the level of organization alone, way back when Uganda hosted CHOGM in 2007, we are in 2024. A lot has changed. Our economy has grown. So to be singled out to get an opportunity to host such one of the biggest and largest summits in the world, coming second to the UN, I believe Uganda has really pulled it off. However, credit also goes back to the security personnel. They have really done their best. You know, a lot has been said. People thought that we might get ashamed, we might fail to pull out a number of things, but us who have been here at the VVIP terminal, we've seen a number of things happening, and credit goes to the SFC that has really been in command of all these heads of states as far as protocol and security is concerned. But also, let me also give credit to Miss Lucy Nachove, who has been the head of the entire crew that has been overseeing these summits. Indeed. So I believe we have something to take home. There is something we need to appreciate, and I believe coming next, any other summit coming along, I think Uganda is really good to go.
What story will you share with your children, probably?
Well, if you ask me about the story, when the spouses of the heads of states that came in visited, for example, WEC here in Entebbe, I was very excited. When I learned about that news, I realized that Uganda, we have a lot of things that we can sell to those countries, to the heads of states that were here. However, when the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, now the chairman of G77 for 1 year, as well as a NAM for 3 years, he said his main focus, how best can we really put up a linkage between Uganda and all these other member states that came to join this summit. So I believe that it is now time for Uganda to wake up. That is, if we've not yet woken up in that sense, to see how best we can continue selling our country to those other member countries.
Can you just say your last remarks to our viewers of UBC before we turn to Mark Wadilo?
All right, we appreciate our viewer who has been watching UBC TV all the way from the 15th when we started all these summits, and you've been watching UBC TV, our different programming. We have GMU, we also have other sister stations, Star TV, and also our radios. Remember, we have been coming to you live in all angles, all aspects, to make sure that we keep you up to speed on how things have really been happening here in Entebbe. Thank you so much to all those who are watching UBC GMU right now. Jethro Kasaiji are my names.
Well, thank you, Comrade Jethro Kasaiji. Indeed, we have been here with him from the first day. Let me turn on my left here is Mark Wadulo. He has operated most of the time from the commercial terminal. This is where most of the delegates or even the presidents were landing before they ran up to where we were here at the VVIP. Then, Mark, you have single-handedly, with the help of a few crew of PPU, operated from the commercial terminal. What do you have for our viewers from that side as we wind up the 10 days of being here at the airport?
All right, Onyango, I must say that the experience has been enlightening. I think it's the first time that I have taken part as a media person in a conference such as this. And this has brought a lot of experience to me. I feel I can be able to perhaps even use this on my CV, that I was part of the broadcasting crew that manhandled the NAM and G77 summits within Entebbe International Airport. That's as per my experience as a journalist. I think I've been exposed, I've met various delegates, I've met people from different countries, I've exchanged contacts. You know? So don't be surprised if any time from now you might see me
somewhere
from some other country. So I feel like it's really been a very enlightening experience, and I'm really thankful for the Uganda Broadcasting Corporation team for facilitating us. I'm sure it's been the state, but for our team, I'm thankful for our UBC team, Mr. Maurice Mugisha, Mr. Winston Agaba, Mr. Peter Kagwa, you know, Sophie,
the
entire crew. I think you've played a very, very, very significant role in enabling us become the broadcasters we are here today. But also to take it to the experience of the airport. Interacting with some of the staff that have been at the airport, they say that this has been the busiest they've been in a very long time. You know, despite hosting summits all through year round, I think this has been a summit of a difference.
Yes.
You cannot say that we've had a similar summit in the past 2 or 3 or 4 years.
Never.
As magnificent as this one. So I feel like that's a challenge, because you know, when you're handled with a challenge that is as big as this, you're forced to step up. So I feel like for me, this is a challenge for the Civil Aviation Authority. This is a challenge for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, that whatever bar we have set, we should not go back below this bar. You know, when it comes to protocol, when it comes to, you know, security, when it comes to all those aspects that come in ushering in foreign delegates, I think that we should not put the bar below anything that we have done before. And lastly, allow me just speak to the linkages or the opportunities or the prospects that I feel that Uganda has benefited both in the short and could benefit in the long run, and what we should be able to leverage. Number one, if we are chairing the Non-Aligned Movement Summit for the next 3 years, that puts us at the table front to be able to dictate, or not dictate as per se, but to lead a cloud of voices. You know, this is a time for us to spearhead, you know, can I say, global movement. Africa, especially the global south, is suffering from high debt. You know, high debt. We're suffering from poverty, high unemployment rates,
social injustice,
you know,
crime and war, geopolitical war. So I feel like as Uganda, especially our president being at the center stage, but also being a very experienced gentleman in security issues, I feel this is our opportunity to be able to set the bar or push the agenda for security to the rest of the African countries. So I feel like Your Excellency President Yoweri Museveni, we are very proud of you. We are thankful for your leadership, for, you know, taking us this far to the point of hosting such nations. And this has not only benefited the country as Uganda, but even us, the people. We really have testimonies to show. So I must say that thank you very much, and may God bless you and give you long life.
Well, thank you, Comrade Mark Waduro, for those very, very rich backdrops of what exactly has happened here. You did talk about the relationship. I also happen to have gotten a chance, like you joked, like we should not even get surprised if 1 or 2 days we shall see you somewhere. Now, you know, I have gotten the opportunity also in my own case to create a rapport with the PPU of Kenya, that is the presidential press unit
yes.
attached to the president of Kenya, that is Ruto. I also had the exchange of contact with the PPU of South Africa. I don't think if today or the other day I moved to South Africa,
you would have nowhere
to begin from.
Yeah,
because now this is the opportunities where we normally tell Ugandans that when we host such summits, there are those unseen benefits. I also interacted with the crew from China. That lady was very, very nice here. You know, it was our first time to interact with her, but she proved to be a very, very welcoming lady. So if today or tomorrow I find myself in China, I have where to begin from. So we think Ugandans, this is what we must advocate for all the times. Let's embrace whatever opportunity we have, the world is giving us. We should be the ambassadors of saying what Uganda stands for. In this case, we have proved to the whole world that indeed we have hosted these huge numbers of delegates. Presidents have been here, like my comrade Jethro said, over 20 presidents in this small city of ours, Kampala. They have slept, they have dined, they have wined in this city very freely, and until when we are seeing them off, they have gone out peacefully. I think this is what we need to join our hands. When the government needs us, in fact, at a certain point where they need, you know, prior to the preparations of these summits, they were telling us, you know, please, can you shift your business to the other side? Can you step behind? Can you walk around your parking yard to ensure that we give a good backdrop of what Uganda stands for? So we shall hand back to the broadcast house, but we are coming back with a few members of the National Organizing Committee. I am told Ambassador Sentongo is here, and he has been vital at the organization of these summits. You know, the chair wasn't an easy lady, Madame Lucy Nachobe. I believe at a certain level she had made most of these people to sweat. But sweating, I think at this moment they are smiling. They have given us what we expected from them as a country. Back to the broadcast house as we also prepare ourselves to return with Ambassador Sentongo.
Well, and thank you very much, Robert. And of course, Robert Onyango, Jethro, and Mark Wadulo Arnold representing the team at the airport.